In this video, I'll be showing you how to use the Arduino IDE, and so I'll be showing you everything from how to upload code to the Arduino using the IDE and many other things that you would need to know to get started with it. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so now here is the Arduino IDE, and as you can see, we basically have just an empty sketch right here. There's only a few lines of code in here by default. These lines of code, or these functions in this code, is essential for us whenever we program Arduino, because every single sketch that we upload to the Arduino has to have these two functions to work. So that's why they're in here by default, because we're always going to be using them. And so this is where you would write your code, of course. With these, you have the arrows right here that you're able to fold. So maybe there's certain functions that are very big and you don't want to see those functions of code. Like, let's say, for example, this is just all code right here. Then we can go ahead and just fold all this, and we basically don't see it anymore. And we can be working on something else. Also, here we have this ball right here, and this ball is very important. So the first thing here is we have verify. This right here, if we click this, it will verify if our code is good to go to upload to the Arduino, and it will actually give us this this message right here, which means that it has successfully verified. Now, how do you upload code to the Arduino? Well, it's with this arrow right here. We just go ahead and upload it. Now here, we're going to have an arrow because I don't have my Arduino. We also have debug. Now debug, you can't use the debug button for the Arduino Uno, so right here it's grayed out for me, but maybe in other Arduino boards it's not, and you can use the debug button. This is more for experts who are using Arduino IDE a little bit more. And so now the next part is very important. This is basically helping you select the board and the port that you are using. The last board that I was using that I connected to my computer was the Arduino Uno, so it kind of remembers that in memory, but if we go click it, it usually brings down a tab of the Arduinos that we are using. Most times for me it's just like one, so I'll just go ahead and click it, and that will set its port and also the type of Arduino that we are currently using. But in this case, there's no board to select because I don't have any board connected to my computer right now. This is important to make sure you do this because the Arduino IDE will give you an error if you do not select the port and the board that you are using. So now we come over here to the far right, and we have a serial plotter. Serial plotter, this is basically where you can make graphs with the data that the Arduino is giving you. And so that's this. Right now I can't open it. And then we have the serial monitor. This is also data related when the Arduino sends data to your computer, and so you can see data that your Arduino is giving you using the serial plotter and also the serial monitor. Serial monitor is a little bit more common to use because it may not be data that we actually have to graph. We can be sending different values, maybe even text. So then we go ahead over here to the sidebar. So the first thing here is we have this file. This is the sketchbook. I don't have any sketches on here right now, but there would be sketches on here that you could select, like your code. Once you start filling up your file, I believe this is in the Arduino file, so when you download the Arduino IDE, there should be an Arduino file in your documents folder, and once you start adding code into that file, you'll be able to see it here. You can also connect to the Arduino cloud if you sign in, and you'll be able to get code from there as well and bring it into here. And so now the next thing here is we have boards manager. So there are many different types of Arduino boards, and they all have their different bootloaders and different things they need to use with this Arduino IDE. And once you install it, then you'll be able to select it up in here and be able to upload your code to the Arduino. This matters because each Arduino has its own bootloader of how it uploads the bits onto the Arduino, so this is essential right here, and this is where you can download all of these bootloaders within your Arduino IDE. Then we also have libraries, which is another essential part. This is where you can type in libraries, which is some packages of code that people have made so that we don't have to write this code over again. And then we also have another button here for the debug, just like this button up here. Of course, it's not available for the Arduino Uno, so we're not going to be showing this in this video. And then we also have search. This is for searching like for specific things in your code. So we can do setup, for example, and so like this is only for like if you have your code like really big and you're trying to find certain parts of your code, then you can go ahead and search it. It will tell you where it is in the code, and you can go ahead and click it, and it will highlight like all the text that says setup, for example. And so now there's a couple other things up here. Up here at the top we have file. These are for like even more things that you can do with files. So here we have new sketch. You basically open up new sketch. As we click here, we have a new sketch right here. Then right here we have new sketch cloud. Of course, if you're signed in, you'll be able to do this. And you also have open. If you have like a sketch that's already has some code and you want to open this code, then you just do open, and you go ahead and navigate to the file that you want to currently open. Open recent. I'm guessing this is kind of important if you want to see what projects you have been working on recently. Maybe there's a code in the past that you're working on and you don't want to go through all the files trying to search for that specific code. You can come here to open recent, and these would be the last like codes, sketches that you were working with. And here's the next one. This one is examples. This is very important. Basically, when you download the Arduino IDE, the Arduino IDE comes with many examples for you to learn from and see how to use certain sensors, whatever. And as you start downloading libraries, if you do that, you will also start finding certain libraries, and they will start being added in here, because also libraries, when you download them, they come with also examples to see how to use them. And so that's what examples useful. For help, there's one thing that's very useful, and that is reference. If you click this, it will pull up a screen right here. These are like keywords or functions that you can look at, and you can learn certain functions and certain commands by coming here. And so we can just learn about Max. Here's a little bit of how to use it, a little bit of documentation to learn how to use these certain functions or keywords. And so basically that is the Arduino IDE right here. And so now you can go ahead and start writing your code with your Arduino. So if you like this video, guys, consider giving this video a like. Also comment down below if you have any questions, and consider subscribing if you want to see more content like this. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Bye.